I'd like to say that fall snuck up on me, but that just isn't true. It's been almost 2 months since I've been on the water. Just been so busy with, well, other things in life. But we're finally out. We're finally going to get a line wet, and hopefully we're going to catch a few fish. Didn't have a ton of time today, so just came to a local lake. It's more of a bass lake, but we're still going to be targeting some walleyes. So just doing big minnows on jigs, hoping to get into a few walleyes. Probably catch a few bass along the way, but hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned. Here we go. There we go. First fish of the day. The wind has really started kicking my ass. Doesn't look like what we're after, but you know what? Sometimes it's just fun catching some fish. Yeah. A largemouth. It's okay. Pop that one off. There we go. Again, would love to catch a few walleyes, but you know what? I'll settle for a few bass any day. Let that baby go and maybe get into a walleye or something here next. So I have fished this particular body of water one time before. Today should be interesting. When I first got here, I spent about 45 minutes just kind of moving around, checking out some different structure. I didn't find any real strong pods of fish. Found a few individuals floating around, so could be an interesting day. They're calling for 20 to 30 mile an hour winds, so boat control may be a little interesting here as the day wears on, but just getting started, so still hopeful and see what's gonna happen. There we go. Not gonna lie, been struggling a little today. Had a lot of bites, but I missed a lot of fish. I'm guessing a lot of small bass. Fishing with some pretty big minnows. It's kind of that classic fall pattern, you know. But yeah, just another largemouth. Wind's really been kind of hampering my movement, but anyhow, not a bad little fish. Yikes. That is a little northern. Not what we're after. Well, I hope that gets bigger. If you're paying attention, you notice that I switched up tactics here. I went from fishing jigs and minnows to camping out on them with a slip bobber. The majority of the fish I was finding were kind of up in the weeds, and just dragging that jig through there was just causing me more frustration. So kind of slowed down, and I'm going to try to drop in on top of them with a big minnow on a slip bobber. So hopefully that does the trick. Oh, another slip bobber fish. What we got this time? Come on. All right. A little largemouth. I'll take that over a stinky northern. Again, not a giant, but I tell you what, fun catching. You know, I probably spent 2 or 3 hours moving around with the jigs, not having a whole lot of luck, and as soon as I stop and try to camp on them a little bit, I'm catching them. So a little switch, and especially to my favorite tactic, a little slip bobber action. All right. All right, another slip bobber fish. What we got here? Another stinky little northern. than being at home, I guess. It's got some nicks in it. I might need to switch that up. So I caught that last northern and had my line nicked up. So one of the things I like to do is get a second rod ready. And so while I'm retying that first slip bobber to get those nicks out of my line, I can still be fishing. I got this one that I set up right away, got set to the right depth and then set aside, and then while I'm retying that other pole, I just toss this one out. So, little helpful hint. All right, another MBR. Here we go. See what we come up with this time. It feels a little heavier. Probably just an angry bass. Yep. Another largemouth. Everything in the lake this time of year has got the feed bag on. I mean, you can see that minnow in that fish's mouth. I mean, that's a 6-inch sucker minnow, so gotta go big. We're gonna let him keep that one. I'm running 5 to 6-inch sucker minnows, and they're just dynamite today. I mean, I was hoping to get into some walleyes, but even the bass are just gobbling these things up. So when that water starts to cool off, those fish really feel it and they put on the feed. So get yourself some big minnows and get out there. Got him. Ooh. Feels, well, just like the rest. Not what I was hoping for. I wonder if it's going to be a bass or a northern this time. There we go. Ooh. Quick little head shakes. It's either a small bass or a small northern. Yeah, a little bass. Actually, I mean, small bass in general, but one of the nicer ones I've got today. Another bobber down. Another bass. And the bass fishing continues. Not gonna complain. Especially after 2 months with this boat high and dry. Man, it's good to be back in the boat. That being said, ice fishing is coming soon. I can feel it in the air. Woo, baby. Woo-wee. Fish on. Oh, snake. Tiny. Ugh. What a waste of bait. Come on, you little son of a gun. Just wasting minnows. I didn't get what I was after. I didn't find any walleyes on this lake, but you know, I caught some fish. I had a good time. So all in all, I'd call this a good day of fishing. You know, I started with the jigs and the big minnows and wasn't really producing the way I thought it would, so I switched over to the old classic slip bobbers and the fish just chowed them down, you know. Didn't catch any monsters, but I had a fun time catching a few fish, and as always, stay tuned. There'll be ice soon. Alright, just absolute dynamite now that I got them dialed in here on the slip bobbers. Can't win them all. I think maybe I should have gave them a little more time
based on the size of the minnows I'm using, but